What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Evercrisis video. And man, oh man, am I loving this game. Listen, so I'm going to have a couple things on the docket here in terms of content. So after this specific video, I'm going to go ahead and make a beginner's guide because I think after X amount of days now playing pretty rigorously, I've kind of made a couple mistakes here and there. And now I know how to amend them. I know how to tell people how to avoid them. And I think there's a lot of questions that new players are going to have. So the new beginner's guide will be out tonight or tomorrow morning, most likely tonight, by knowing me. And then we're also going to do a blue crystals guide in terms of how to get every single one of them, and a couple more other guides along the way as well too. Okay, and then I'm going to be starting my free-to-play account very soon. My phone is finally working, which is great. The error is gone, so I think whatever patch they released recently is now in play. I had another free-to-play account going on LD Player, but it's too hard to run both instances. Anyways, so this video right now, we're going to talk about something else. A lot of people have the same question: what's the most efficient way to level? So I'm going to go through this with you guys and show you guys the best ways to level. There is one specific really good way to level, but it's not going to be the most free-to-play friendly section of doing so, but I still want to talk about it because I think it's still the most efficient way of getting things done in terms of raw EXP leveling. Now, with that being said, I don't want to take away from other places that you can actually use content to not only gain EXP but gain other bonuses along the way. So we're going to go ahead and talk about all of that as well. Okay, so let's talk about the basic one, right? And that's going to be story mode. Whenever you're in story mode, you're going to get yourself two major things. Okay, number one, you're going to get yourself EXP, you're going to get yourself Gil, and you're going to get yourself Blue Crystal. So all of these things are major contributors to doing story mode. But not only that, the EXP is actually fairly good, and you have to get this done. So it's a no-brainer. Story mode is a must-have completion because you unlock content which will then push your EXP gain even further. Okay, so story mode is a necessity. The next way to do things, and this is probably the most efficient way of doing it, is we're going to get out of story mode and we're going to go into something called solo content. Okay, you're going to see this little called solo content right here, the second little icon. The second best way of doing it is you're going to go into enhancement quests and you're going to go into training quests. Now, training quests is where you're going to actually grow your characters the fastest, all right? So you can see here there's a character EXP which costs 0. Do it as many times as you guys want. You don't get as much EXP, but there's no stamina required. So if you've done the story, if you're bored out of your mind and you're looking to gain yourself EXP along the way, in order to max out your characters, this is the way to do it. Along the way, though, you will get yourself some blue crystals. You can see here, this is the final one. Again, the EXP is not that high. But once you go to the character EXP one with actual stamina, this changes the story completely, right? So you guys can see here, you can go all the way up to 6 as well. But the difference here is the fact that the actual EXP gain here is insane in comparison. Now, keeping in mind, once you complete the actual mode, you can set it to ×3 stamina, right? And then it'll give you ×3 the EXP as well, making this process a hell of a lot easier to complete, especially for the characters you're doing. Now, remember, all of your characters are going to eventually need to be leveled up if you plan to use them in story mode and complete the actual story with all the rewards included. You can use any characters you want in story mode because all you gotta do is just switch them, but you don't get all the rewards along the way. Plus, you're gonna be lacking, I believe, in some co-op modes. I think it's worthwhile getting everybody up. So this is the #1 most efficient way of getting EXP, hands down. There's nothing here that's like, I don't think there's anything better in this game than this right here for EXP, raw EXP purposes. Once you complete that, you can go ahead and get pieces. You can get power pieces, you can get magic pieces, etc. Right? So you can push to get yourself more content here in terms of character growth, but raw EXP, this is the spot you want to do it. All right, another really good place you're going to want to do anyways, because you got to get them done, is going to be dungeons. Believe it or not, so these Criterion dungeons actually give you draw tickets, so you can get gacha tickets, plus EXP for every boss you defeat or enemies that are on the field that you defeat. Plus, you get yourself some bonuses along the way with blue crystals. So Criterion dungeons are going to be pretty much a necessity, but they also wield fairly good EXP. Another really good spot is going to be your crisis dungeons, but this is a very difficult mode, as you can see here. I'm going to show you guys real quick. they're available, but they're very, very hard. If you click on this, for example, look at the power required, 78.7, 148.1, and you're also going to get yourself a lot more rewards, plus a chance to get yourself some actual recipes, right? And you can see here dungeon information. There's the power recommendations depending on the crisis level you want to go to. There's bosses. There's a couple extra ones here. First time rewards, right? You get yourself some of these as well too. Crisis medals, which you can trade in, and then some 5-star mithril ore to uncap your 5-star weapons, and the list goes on of items that you can procure through this whole thing. Rank rewards, there's also these to provide you some gil, very small amount, but still something nonetheless. And then of course they show you the whole map here and what everything looks like and where to get everything. So this is a place you're also going to get yourself some actual recipes for materia. So another really, really, really good place for EXP, and one you have to do anyways. And plus you have to use these dungeon keys to do these as well, by the way, just so you know. You'll eventually get there, but if you see the exchange shop here, right? There you go. So a lot of people were asking, how do I get myself some newer materia? How do I get myself some recipes, etc.? This is the spot you do it. And it's going to be, this is considered like end game dungeon material, okay? So again, really good EXP from here, plus extra rewards along the way that you're going to want to get anyways, right? Of course, doing any of these dungeons will get you some extra things. Battle Tower is nice because as you go up, you get a little bit of EXP, plus better things like little items along the way. You get character fragments. You get yourself these these pieces for your stat stream. So very important to do this as well. You're going to want to focus on this. And you can see here at level 10, you get yourself some character shards in order to stat stream your characters even further. And I think that pretty much covers the best place. Co-op is really good as well. I'm going to just talk about co-op real quick. The reason why co-op is nice to do is you will get yourself the ability to see a lot of characters, number one. So they give EXP, I believe, and I believe they drop more items. Someone correct me on that one if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure the EXP part's correct. I think the item part is correct as well, depending on the character you get, because there's metal characters, there's regular characters, I've seen gold ones. So depending on what drops, you're going to see a lot more EXP drop with those characters, as long as you can kill them, of course, right? Because their whole goal is to flee or do 1,000 needles and pretty much kill you, or I think one of them might even do 10,000 needles, I'm not even sure. So that's important. Co-op content, though, is also good because you get yourself co-op medals. You get yourself crystals every time you play with new players. So I'll cover that again in the blue crystal guide. So you're killing like 3 birds with one stone. It's normally 2 birds, but we're killing 3 birds with one stone because you're getting yourself material, you're getting yourself coins, you're getting yourself blue crystals, and just on top of that, you're going to get yourself a ton of EXP while playing this mode as well. Keep in mind, though, it does take your stamina, just like the solo content training section. And if you're looking again for raw leveling purposes, this is the spot you want to send it all. Okay, this is exactly where you want to spend all of it to get your EXP up. Now, what's the point of going to level 30, etc.? There's a couple good reasons why you want to push to those levels. The main one being that, number one, you get more powerful, and number two, your stat stream opens up so you can actually put more stats into your character, unlock additional bonuses to your limit breaks, and furthermore, just get better overall power to complete more content, right? So this is the spot, guys, that you want to do as much as you possibly can to use your stamina in the beginning just to max out your characters for level, and then push through story mode after that. Now remember, this is not the best power gain. We'll do a whole power video on this in terms of what you should be focused on for power gain, but it is the fastest and most efficient way to level up your characters. So those are all the ways, guys, that I think are the best ways, at least. If I'm missing something, of course, guys, thank you so much. Everyone's been so proactive on the comment sections to let me know if I missed anything, or if there's something that I might have neglected. Let me know in the comment sections again, guys. If there's something that I might have missed, I may have missed something here. I'll put it in the comment section. I'll pin it if it's something that's worthwhile definitely looking into. But I think this is probably covering the majority of what people want to know. All right, guys, this is Payne. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.